2020, the year of literal unknown and mystery on the outcomes of the future due to the pandemic has led many thinking and imagining the worst situations that could happen. For example, the end of the world, the zombie apocalypse, a deadly plague, a flood that wipes the entire face of the earth, and many more. The movie Train to Busan 2016 is very much that. It is an action horror thriller revolving around the basis of a zombie virus outbreak in South Korea. Directed by Sang Ho-yeon, produced by Dong-ha Lee, and written by John Suk Park. The story focuses on the dynamic of a father and his estranged daughter's survival during the event. Sok-woon, the father, played by Yoo-gang, and the daughter Soo-an, played by Soo-an Kim, decide to take a trip down to Busan. The reason being, Suk-woo, a father and a workaholic, makes it up to his daughter by dropping all things work and fulfills her birthday wishes by taking her down to Busan to celebrate her birthday with her mother, as he is filled with guilt. But little did they know, a sickly, infected woman boarded the train, and this then causes the outbreak within the train to happen. The fight for survival continues, and a new band of three musketeers, so to say, were created, consisting of Sung-hwa, played by Ma Dong-seok, Seok-woon, and Young-guk, played by Choi Woo-sik. As the infection within the train increased, the three musketeers started to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of their loved ones. Fights and disagreements broke out, and that led to the remaining few to isolate themselves in order to survive. As numbers of infection increase, population decreases, and the survival of the fittest begins. Editing is the process in which films are joined together through the process of deleting, arranging, splicing, and synchronizing sound recordings with the film. Taking a look at Train to Busan and the techniques used to create a sense of continuity or discontinuity, let's focus on certain scenes that involve certain elements of editing. Taking a look at the beginning scenes more closely, the scene in which the deer comes back to life zombified after being hit shows the use of the 180-degree rule. In this scene, it can be seen that as the driver steps out to check on what he had hit, the aspects of mise-en-scène remain the same when the driver drives off, and the focus is solely on the deer. A specific scene taking place in the workplace of Sok-woon shows the use of eye line match to help the audience understand what the characters on screen are seeing. Another form of editing which can be seen within the workplace is the use of shot reverse shot. This form of editing and filmmaking technique takes place when one character is shown looking at another character off-screen and is cut back and forth between the characters to show their perspectives. Match on Action is a compilation of edited shots that define the characters' actions within the movie. This can be seen through Sok-woo's risky sacrifice when placing the phone in the dark and causing it to ring and attracting the zombie in a very dark environment, and the only light was through the mobile phones. Lastly, another identifiable editing format among the many used in the movie is spatial relations. A scene that uses this is when the knocking on the door in which Seong-kyung is in leaves her feeling afraid and leaves her wondering who the knock might be. Seong-kyung's reaction plus the shot of the door creates a sense of fear, but as she opened the door, the same shot of Seong-kyung's reaction and the face of her husband showed a sign of relief and also anger. Aside from the techniques used in the editing process, sound is also a major factor in what makes film the way they are. There are two ways in which sound within a film are categorized. It is either diegetic or non-diegetic. Think of it like this. A sound in which the characters can hear is known as a diegetic, and the sound in which the characters can't hear but the audience can is non-diegetic. An example within many sounds in the movie that are diegetic are when the homeless man steps on a can. You can see the characters' facial expressions change, while an example of non-diegetic sound is the creepy background music edited post-production. 팀장님? Overall, this film is definitely worth watching if you are a major fan of zombies, horror thrillers, or even just cause you find the mains attractive. This, among many other films, show the rise and growth of the Asian film industry. The end chapter of the film is definitely an emotional one, so be prepared and don't forget to bring along a box of tissues. Aside from that, the dynamic between father and daughter is definitely something that keeps you hooked on your seats, and also the aspect of survival is something you don't want to miss.